show is the manager of the City of Jackson, Jonathan Greene. Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, Bart. Thanks
Nice
for
to
having me
see you.
back. Yeah. See you too.
Your predecessor, Patrick Birch, he sent me a text a week or so ago.
Yeah.
Does he text you?
I don't hear from him all the time.
Yeah. It was, please vote for Maumee as the best small city in America.
Oh,
And he's the city manager in Maumee now,
okay.
or something like that.
Okay.
Is that what his job is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I thought, oh, well, that's nice. So I did vote.
Okay.
I didn't vote for Maumee, though.
Okay. How do you get in the mix of some of those things? I mean, our nomination must have been lost in the mail.
Must be. I don't know. I'm trying to think. No, I did vote for Maumee. He asked me to vote for him, so I did. It was strongestttown.com. Please take the opportunity to vote for Maumee as strongest town in North America. We're in the final four, and voting lasts through da-da-da-da-da.
Okay.
So, fine.
Okay.
And they won.
Well, good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
So we don't need somebody else to tell us we're great. We already know it.
I agree with you on that one.
That's right.
We are great and we know it.
I think a lot of us here, we think, we're really, best kept secret in a lot of ways. And we hear that from people that come visit us.
Yeah. Oh no, I think you're 100% right. That's definitely what I think now and what I thought when I moved here in 2009. We are one of the best kept secrets in the state. I'm happy to share the secret with people. I wish it weren't as secretive as it is. Mm-hmm. We could stand to have some more visitors. We could stand to have some more residents. Definitely welcome everyone to come to Jackson.
Yeah. Well, we got to find some houses for them. More on that in a moment.
Do you know where I can find? I'm looking for 100. Do you think I can find some somewhere?
Yeah, 100 or so.
Yeah.
Real quick, City Council meets tonight. They've got to decide what to do about the Fifth Ward because the applicant that submitted was not qualified. So now they have to plan B, whatever that is.
Yeah, and to everyone's best recollection, we've never done this before, but there is a provision in our charter that says if there's no qualified candidates on a ballot after the petition process, that council will meet and they'll convene as a nominating caucus and put at least one person on the ballot.
All right, so that'll be tonight at 6.
That'll be tonight.
So the 100 homes. We had yesterday on our show, Mr. Herman.
Yeah, Chris Herman.
Chris Herman, he is very excited about helping families get into home ownership. But it sounds like we need more. There's more families that want homes than we have homes.
We could do a 400 home project. I don't know that we would hit all of the desire and need and interest in the program. So from that perspective, it's kind of nice. I'm confident we'll all of our 100 home slots will be filled and all the 100 homes will be built by the end of a couple of years now.
That's awesome. We've talked about this. The city's population back in the 30s was 70, 80,000 people. Where did they live?
I know, right?
Yeah.
When you think about that, and the city has done a couple different urban renewal projects that I think may have sounded like good ideas at the time, but ended up not being that good. And one of them was highly injurious to our south side, with the re-engineering of streets and moving things over, south of Morrell Street, in what we traditionally call the south side, but in the MLK area. We lost a lot of homes there, a lot of residents there, just for the purposes of trying to build some new streets and stuff. And then, our downtown did its own urban renewal. I don't know how many people were living downtown at that time, but
Yeah, we had some big apartment.
yeah, close up but one person at a time, I guess. We'll build it back better.
Well, with that, we do have at least 2 projects under construction, 2 apartment buildings under construction right now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's exciting. The one on Blackstone, I believe, has just about all their footings in, and they'll be digging holes to pour the footings. The one at Greenwood has the footings, and then Blackstone's right behind it. And those are nice properties. Those really are marketed and geared towards the workers of the community, the people making about $20 an hour, maybe new family or a young couple, things like that, or maybe a growing family or a single parent situation. That's really what those are geared towards. And I know that we've done a couple of those projects in the last few years here in the city, and they've been successful, and I know that these ones will be just as successful.
Well, it's serving immediate need because a lot of those will be workforce, designed for workforce, and that's pricing and income eligibility and things like that.
Yeah, it's perfect. It fits the demographics of the city of Jackson perfectly.
So we've got 100 homes. We've got 30% of them maybe already lined up for people that maybe more.
Ooh, I mean, if that's what Chris told you yesterday, then I'll believe him. But that number seems to increase every day.
Okay.
Excuse me. There's so much interest in that program, and it's really great. Provides $25,000 of down payment assistance to get people in the home, and I think what is good about that is it could have a cascading effect with the real estate market in general in the city, because it's not just geared for first-time home buyers, it's geared for anybody.
And we have some lots that have been cleared, so I think of some spaces. We've got a lot, like the old Griswold School. There's a big piece of land there.
Yeah, that is something we look at as city staff, and we try to figure out what could go there. And we have some ideas, and we've been talking with the property owner there. Not too much has happened with our discussions so far to come on the Bar Holly show and announce something, but when it does, this will be the first place we come to celebrate that happening. But they're a willing partner. They've got some ideas for the site. They've got some ideas for other places in the city of Jackson. So now it's just a matter of working out a deal, because that would be a fantastic place to put about a dozen homes.
Yeah.
Basically a brand new neighborhood in that area. So.
And they'd sell
in a heartbeat.
Yeah. The Hayes, we can't not talk about the Hayes, but we've got some forward progress, some exciting things that happened. The developer has, there's motion.
Oh yeah, and it's motion, and it's really getting down to the technical areas now. Just 2 weeks ago, the general contractor had all the subcontractors on site to do walkthroughs for bidding purposes. I think it was over the course of 2 days. I mean, that's how big this project is. And so they're putting their numbers together, coming at it again, and they're continuing to work with the state of Michigan on their incentive package. And I'm very confident that we'll see something happen in 2024.
That's awesome. And they also, at the same time they were here meeting with subcontractors, came to an agreement. They have a letter of intent from a restaurant operator.
They do. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
It's coming soon. So it could be as soon as, and what we're seeing, like with the Blackstone and the Greene and the Greenwood, they are going up like that. They plan to be done this year.
Yes, they do. And that just shows you the strength of the need for housing in Jackson. And probably across the country, but definitely here where we are, we know it's vitally important. It just shows you a contractor who's working that fast knows that and a developer who's working that fast knows that the sooner they get it online, the sooner it's filled up, and they probably have waiting lists already for those places, I would have to imagine.
Yeah, and other developers, they see that happening, and then they want to be a part of the wave.
That excitement begets more excitement. And it begets more projects and more interest in the city of Jackson, and we love all of that, and we welcome it all. If you've never been to Jackson, we encourage everyone to come visit. We know you'll stay after a visit.
You will. We've got the city center, the former Masonic Temple / Vermeulen's. What's going on with that?
Well, just about a month ago now, City Council approved a contract to, I don't remember what phase we're on now, but we're on a build-out phase of our commercial kitchen in the basement, which is going to do a couple things for us. It's going to allow us to work with some folks in town to do it like more of a teaching style kitchen. So to teach the culinary skills that will train the chefs and servers and I don't think sommeliers of tomorrow, but it's a skill, and it's an industry and it's a skill. So to be teaching, those food service industry folks for tomorrow, and at the same time, there's 24 hours in a day, with a lot of other space, other time for that space to be used. So we'd like to see other groups work with the other groups in the city to do entrepreneurial development. So to take someone who might be operating cottage food industry, maybe out of their kitchen or out of a nonprofit kitchen like a church, where it's kind of like, hey, we'll let you use it, but we can promote people to grow an idea into a product and that product to scale. So hopefully, we'll see both those things come to fruition with the advent of this kitchen.
Yeah, there are quite a few caterers or cottage industry food businesses that are there in church basements or school cafeterias, using space and time when available. So that'd be great for them. And then it's event space.
Yeah, and it's a really great event space. We've had 2 state of the city addresses on the first floor, and part of this project, this phase of the project right now, we'll refinish the floors on that first floor, do a little bit mild touching up of the space, make it look nice and make it look snappy. And that'll be a great space. It can hold, a couple hundred people, be served by the kitchen in the basement. And it might be one of the bigger spaces in town that doesn't have pillars in the way of everything. You see some of these places in town that are really great for events, but they're big, tall buildings. In order to make a big, tall building stand up, you got to have pillars every so often. And so it can obstruct views and obstruct the experience, but this will just add to it. So
nice.
I'm excited about
What's
that.
the timeline for finish?
Well, it's construction. So as we sit here today, we're shooting for winter this year, so hopefully early 2025. But we have great contractors who have worked with the city for a while. I would expect them to, I would anticipate, how about that? I would anticipate them to maybe add a little bit of time to the project when they're telling me, but they're rocking and rolling over there. I think, fingers crossed, we might see something even by the end of 2024. But if I'm a betting man, I wouldn't bet on it, but early 2025.
Well, we looked at the progress of the city of Detroit this past week with the NFL draft and where it's been in 10 years. And really, you can look at Jackson and see the same parallels, because 10 years ago, you were DDA director, and you were struggling to find one food truck.
Yeah, you remember that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's all changed. And you're right, Detroit is a really good example of some of the work we're doing here and what it's going to lead to. And there were a few examples in Detroit that, you mentioned my predecessor when we got started, that we looked at and said, if we could do that here, we know we'll be successful, and it's starting to bear fruit, and it's really exciting to see and be a part of.
Great time to be here. Well, thanks for coming in today and all the work that you're doing, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for having me, Bart.
Our city manager, Jonathan Greene. Next.